too on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. So, guys, if you ever wonder what I'll be doing with my life when I'm 90 years old, just take a look at this guy in L.A. named Aaron Epstein, because I feel like this could be me. If I had the income, if I had the money, I'd be like Aaron. I would pay $10,000 for 2 ads in the Wall Street Journal calling out AT&T for not having faster internet where he lives.
This guy.
I would be
hit
that
his
guy.
breaking point.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got so many years left on this planet. He must have a lot of money, or enough money where it's like $10,000, big deal.
And plus, you're right, Steve. How long does he have? He can't wait for slow internet.
Right.
You know, I got to get this picture. I got to see this now, dude. I could be gone before this thing uploads. He's been an AT&T customer for a long time, so he doesn't want to switch. I can appreciate that. When you get used to something, I don't want to have to learn a whole new thing. But he is having trouble streaming, and he knows a lot of younger people in his neighborhood who need a better connection for work. So he feels like, look, I'm not the only one with this complaint. Now someone from the company has reached out and says they're working on it because, well, he took out 2 big ads in the paper saying, come on with your
Not all heroes wear capes. Some use walkers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And here's a 90-year-old Aaron talking about this.
I put the ad in the paper, and believe me, it's money well spent. So I've been with AT&T from the very, very beginning.
I love this guy.
And for the last 5 years, my internet service, although I was paying for 3.5 megabytes, sometimes it wasn't only up to 1.5 megabytes. She took down all the details, and she says, we'll see what we can do.
Okay, first off, Aaron, for 90 years old, it's pretty cool he lives at a dance club.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, old people love to go to raves.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
I'm looking at the advertisement. It just says like in big bold letters, paid advertisement. Open letter to Mr. John T. Stanky, CEO of AT&T.
That's not his name, Stanky, is it?
Stanky, Stankey.
Okay,
Stanky.
That's pretty
Stanky.
Awesome. I mean, when you don't like somebody's service and you call the guy who has the service name is Stanky, it's like, yeah, it's what I think of your service.
If I'm the CEO and my name is John Stanky, whenever I have meetings and I'm like trying to rally the troops, I'm like, all right, let's get out there and put some stank on it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think you should have that as your rallying cry.
Why not?
Because putting stank on it gives me images.
That's not what it's about. Put some stank on it. Like, put some mustard on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. I always tell everybody, hey, I'd like some stank on my hot dog. That doesn't sound right either.
And they wrote a whole letter, and it's a whole thing about like how they pride themselves on being a leader in electronic communications. Well, unfortunately for the people in North Hollywood, AT&T is now a major disappointment.
Dude, I have to tell you, this could be very interesting for folks that are on the on social media, because you can get Facebook ads, you can buy ads, and you know how Facebook targets anybody that even mentions the product. So how about everybody that would work for a particular company? If you bought an ad saying, I'm really upset with this product, you know everybody that works for that product, that targeted ad is going to show up. And if it's your ad with an open letter going, I complain, and Facebook will take your money. I mean, he went to the paper, which is wicked old school, but man.
Yeah, but look, it's now spreading virally. I mean, like, this is like.
Yeah.
I love at the end of it, he goes, sincerely, Aaron M. Epstein, an AT&T customer since 1960. How about he's been a customer for this product since 1960?
So for 30 years, he's been in AT&T. Is that like back in the like Ma Bell days? Like when they were just a phone company?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no internet back then. Maybe they helped him with like,
he said
Morse
since
code.
1960. That was like when I was born. Seriously.
That's more than 30 years, though.
Yeah, if you were born in 1960.
Yeah.
You said he's been a customer.
Oh, since he was 60, because he's 90.
Since 1960.
Oh, that is a lot more than 30 years.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's way more than 30
like
years.
A billion years old.
That's 60 years because I'm 60. I mean, look at me. That's exactly how many years it is.
He's been a customer for your whole life.
That's back when they were just a telephone company.
What are you is there something that you've been a customer of for, like, because I remember I called, I think I was like calling like Xfinity about something, and then even the person's like, hey, thanks for being a customer for, wow, you've been with us for a really long time. I was like, that's kind of cool. And even like Bank of America, I've had that happen where they're just like, thanks for being a loyal customer since 1997. Wow.
Wow, that's the same with me in a U.S. Bank. It was the same thing. It was like the first account that I ever opened, and they were very surprised to see that.
Well, you picked the magic number 2 for me because 1997 is how long I've been. And they thanked me last time I called AAA.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's like it doesn't. You don't think about it until someone thanks you for being a customer for that long. You're like, holy smokes, that's a long time.
Have you ever had anybody on the phone? It's usually a young person when you call up because they have to say that, and then they get like, whoa. Like they'll go, hey, we just want to thank you for being a customer. Says, whoa, 1997.
Well, that's what I said with the Bank of America. They stopped in their tracks. They're just like, Xfinity, I'm sorry. And they were just, the person was super nice, but you could tell like it was just like, oh, wow, okay, you're like a platinum member.
Do you think that you have been a customer longer than they've been alive?
Sadly, I think you might be right.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think that's where the woe comes from. Yeah, I think that's where the woe comes from.
I'm like, just to let you know, I started my cable services at the age of 3.
Yeah. You're going to let them know that? Yeah, I was an early adopter.
Yeah, I was like maybe 4 tops when I started in 97.
Yeah.
Totally young like you.
Mine was...
Yeah, this is how it goes.
Mine was State Farm.
Okay.
Yeah, because my mom, when I started driving, she had State Farm, so she just signed me up on her account. And then after that, the discounts were just so great. I've just never stopped. Even like when I went to my own, they're like, "Oh, you've been with us for 10 years. We can give you the same discounts." And I was like, "All right, this works for me." And I've still been with State Farm.
You know, think about like Verizon. Also, I can't think of the time I had another cell phone carrier. I mean, I had Sprint back when there was a Sprint, and then after I went to Verizon, I haven't turned back since.
See, I had Alltel, which turned into Verizon. Like when Verizon
so
bought
you're
them
like
out,
OG.
I was like, what's up?
Do you ever call them like, listen, I've been with you since you were Alltel?
I should.
I remember the first time I became a Verizon customer because they were back east, and it was coming out here for this job. And I had to get a cell phone. I thought, you know what? I'm going to be driving across country. I better get a cell phone just for emergencies. And so that's when I became a Verizon customer. And so I remember that specifically 21 years ago.
I love it when companies kind of give you like tiers to kind of incentivize you to stay with them. Yeah. Like Progressive will give you different ones, and I finally hit Emerald status, which means 10 years.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
And I'm just like, oh, hey. When I saw I was like a year or 2 away from Emerald status, it just made me like, I want to be Emerald. And like for no other reason, just for bragging.
Do you, when you ever have to call them, you say, hi, I'm Vicky B., Emerald status member?
Oh, I mean, I don't get into too many accidents like I did before. That's why I joined Progressive.
You're chipped Emerald status.
Yes, just
Emerald status in the Emerald City.
I got kicked off my parents' insurance because I got too many fender benders when I was a teenager. So I had to get my own insurance,
so
and I've been with them
You were
since.
cardboard status at that point.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they would do that with everything. You know what I mean? Like, just like you go to like Starbucks, thanks for drinking our coffee since 1999. So it'd be kind of fun, like wherever you go, like I'm sure people freak out about that because then they have more of your information.
They probably, if you have a card, like if you've been doing the stars, they probably could.
But that'd be kind of funny. Like, you know,
I think that's, why not?
When I got my Starbucks gold card, it was definitely like a status thing. Like,
wait, a gold card? There's a gold card?
Yeah.
Well, you don't drink as much coffee as Danny, apparently.
Clearly.
Well, when I worked from home, I have it in my wallet.
See, I get pretty
Let me see this gold card, Mr.
Look at
Fancy.
this flex. Yeah,
Wow.
no.
Oh, he's pulling it out.
I had
the gold card.
Gold
Jamie,
card.
Not that. Don't pull the other.
Didn't you watch the HR seminar
Danny.
that we did?
Look at that.
Oh, and so what do you do with that?
It's kind of old. You just get free coffee when you go. Every
Look at
now
that.
and
I
then,
never even seen a card like that.
Yeah, and it used to have my name on. Well, you can kind of still see my name.
So what? At some point, they finally hit you up and say, "Yo, you get a lot of our coffee. We're going to make you a gold card member."
Yeah, they did at one point. I think I spent.
Even has a gold magnetic stripe on the back.
That's fancy.
That is super effing fancy. And I'm jealous.
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty pumped when they remember my drink order at a coffee place. Like that to me is like status.
Yeah, then you know you're the man.
We go to the one place at Bigfoot Java right by our house, and oh man, those ladies, they always like as soon as I pull up, they're like getting one for you and your wife. I'm like, you know it. And
See,
I don't have to say anything after that. It's just they do their drink.
That's pretty amazing.
You know what? I think BJ will appreciate this one. The one that I want to get to is on Alaska. When if you've ever been on a flight where there's a 1,000,000-miler.
Oh, yeah.
They make an announcement for you. They like celebrate, give everyone champagne. It's like
everyone champagne?
Anyone who can. They did on the flight that I was in. And
Wow.
it was like, this is amazing. Like 1,000,000 miles flown with Alaska.
Yo, I would run up and down the aisles high-fiving everyone if I was the 1,000,000-mile person.
I was on a 1,000,000-mile flight, and they just they gave the lady because she was right in front of me everything, but they didn't give us any champagne.
All right, here's how close I am.
How close are you to being a 1,000,000-mile man?
I'm at 420 now. I'm almost at 422,000 miles.
Yeah.
Ooh, 420,000.
Damn.
Yeah, but I've been flying. It's ever since my wife spent time in California. So that's been 7 years. It's taken me 7 years to get over.
That's crazy that you're not even halfway there yet.
I'm not even halfway there yet.
So you'll hit it when you're about 95.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like
Who
by
the hell
time
is
I get-
traveling that much? Because you travel a lot.
Yeah, but I'm
I
not
guess
a business person.
Yeah.
People do it every day.
And you're
Every
only
day.
traveling to California. I'm thinking people travel a lot from like east to west coast, and that's
Yeah.
what's going to add up.
That adds up, and also, Vicky, there are people that work in California and live in Seattle. Like they will take the plane every day down to California. They'll take the plane at 8:00 in the morning, and they'll come back at 5:00 in the afternoon, and that's what they do. Yeah, so you could really rack up the miles that way too.
I'm trying to think what would be like what is the status card you would want? Like because Danny's got like the status card for Starbucks that's kind of gets little incentives.
Yeah,
like I'm trying to think like a certain places like that I would want like to be able to show up and just pull out my card. Like, yo, I'm important. I'm VIP.
Like for Steve, I think for you possibly, and we're going food here.
Of course.
I'm going to say either Trapper's Sushi or Menchie's.
Menchie's was one I was thinking. I was actually leaning a little bit towards Honto's Teriyaki.
Oh,
there you go.
Nice.
That ain't bad.
Because the Trappers, I feel like I do have the card. I have a roll named after me and my daughter.
Oh, yeah,
good
you've
call.
got the card.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, you've
I
got
don't
the
need
card.
Yeah, I don't have a card. I got a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably walks
That's
in.
right.
He probably walks in. You don't need to know who I am. Just look at number 34.
Just give me me.
Yeah.
What would you like for? What were you thinking for lunch?
Yeah.
Me.
Please.
Figure it out.
And also, my daughter will have. She'll have half of that. So give her the mini me.
Right.
Yeah.
The mini me.
Nice.
That would be weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a me and a her.
I want to go to those special lounges they have in airports.
Oh, I've always wanted to pop in one
And
of those.
I mean, you can pay to do it, but
just pay for that. Who
I
wants to
know, but
pay?
I want to be able to do it, like just because I fly so much that they just give it to you. Like I don't know if the 1,000,000-miler gets that, where you get to get in every time. I don't know.
No. You know what you can do though? Well, because I have the Alaska card, and they only charge you like $20 to go in there if you have
What's
the
in
Alaska
there?
credit card.
Can you tell us?
Free food.
Yeah, free food,
Free food, coffee.
beverage.
They have free alcohol,
And it's
They have
quiet.
What kind of
lounges.
food are they hooking you up with?
Everything. They had mac and
Pretzels?
cheese. They had soup. They had a salad bar.
Soft
they have
pretzels?
like sandwiches. Yeah, soft. I think they do have soft pretzels.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Oh yes, but you got to fly.
It's kind of like the Diamond Club of T-Mobile Park.
That's exactly what they are. And American
$20.
Express, like they have a couple of places in airports. They call it the Centurion Club, and I don't know how you get there with American Express.
No idea.
But those are the places. That's what I want to do. And they're building a nice one, I guess, in the end gates for Alaska. I forget what they call
They
it.
got video games? Can you play like our pinball machines? Never mind.
Steve is just like doing make-em-ups. So what's in there? Like, an amusement park? Is there a roller coaster in there?
Strippers, all the above.
Oh, dude, if I was in charge, that there'd be adult dancers.
Yeah.
There would be video games.
That would be a problem.
A golden tee.
Yeah.
Pinball, air hockey, bubble hockey.
Yeah, this is probably, they're probably not going to do that for you, sir.
And pretzels.
Yeah, the pretzels we could probably do, sir, but the adult dancers, I'm afraid we have a lot of people who fly that have different sensibilities.
They could dress up as like flight attendants.
Dude.
But the way you'd have them dress up, it would be a different look than what the flight attendants are wearing.
I'm fine with that.
I know you're fine with it. You're as much as pervert as he is.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think is the top quality that people look for in a partner? Yep, you're looking at it right here. I'll tell you at 8:17.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. We got ourselves here a survey. And in this survey, they said, all right, folks, what qualities do you look for in a potential partner? And the number one answer is not me. No way.
The opposite of myself.
This is a beating. If this is the number one partner, it's a good thing I'm not looking. Because I would be done. It would be over for me. I don't know if now with that clue, not only is it not me, it is something I'm terrified of. Like I get all shakes and everything when I have to do this.
Shakes when you have to do this.
Yeah,
I was going to say like snowman, but that's
okay. Don't bring that up. I'm a little worried about today and tomorrow because of the snow. So I am tripping over that.
Right. I have to cook.
Good job, buddy. That's number one.
Wait, cooking gives you the shakes?
Yeah, remember he would tell us he gets anxiety from it.
Yeah, that's
Steve
right. Listens. I know that you, Danny, and Vicky are doing your thing. You don't listen to me.
I hear everything you
Steve
say.
cares about me.
I do.
Yeah, you have to be a good cook. That is the number one thing. Shit.
Oh, yeah, you'd be screwed.
Yeah, that was shit up, Danny. That's the number one thing.
That's not even in my top 10. Like I'm very lucky that my wife does cook and she makes great meals. But like when we first started hanging out, that wasn't even like, oh, no, let's have a meal. You have to cook it for me. I want to see if like you actually are potentially a relationship worthy. That's something that I feel like you could kind of grow into or get better at with practice. Like, why would that be a deal breaker? And I know it's not deal breakers, but why would that be something that would really like make me want to date somebody?
This is fascinating. I am looking on the list.
Unless they're a sushi chef.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, then yeah,
and they have free unlimited access to sushi.
There is something on this list that I feel like people are lying about. Because I should say it's because it's not in the top 10. And
Looks.
What's that?
Looks.
Yeah, not in the top 10.
No one wants to come off as being shallow.
But being shallow is one thing, but being a complete inauthentic idiot is another thing. Now, look, I can't speak for women, but I'll heterosexual women, but I can speak for myself. And I will tell you that if my wife wasn't attractive to me, I wouldn't be with her. Because there are a lot of great women out there who I know are great women, but it's like I would not want to be with them based on how they look.
Not every time, but more often than not, the reason why you first start hanging out with someone or want to go out on a date with them is because you're attracted to them because of how they look. And then what happens after that is determining whether or not you want to stay in a relationship with them.
But
Yeah, I don't think there's anything shallow about that.
No, and maybe that's where this survey comes in, though. Is like you're already attracted to them. Now you're going to go into, okay, what can I actually have a relationship?
It says a potential partner, but wouldn't you think attraction is like good? Like they have to look good to you is
for
what
sure.
makes them a potential partner. Yeah. If you're already with them, Danny, then whatever.
Or not with, but I'm saying like at that point, like you've already established, like I'm attracted to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would they be somebody that I could go further with? Yeah. Can I stay with them, or can I not be with them?
I feel like if they feel like it's a given, okay, that's fine. All right, I can go with that. We'll say that they go, look, attraction's a given. So number one is good cook.
Number one's good cook. I don't know why, man. I don't know anybody that started a relationship solely because that person was a good cook.
I didn't start a relationship because my girlfriend was a good cook, but it was definitely something that in my marriage I didn't realize I liked until after I had been married for a few years. And my ex-wife, she never cooked. It was just one of the she hated cooking. She was like BJ in the kitchen. And so at that point it was like, well, and then I got with my girlfriend and she would like make meals every night, like full on crazy meals. And I was like, this is something I really enjoy. And I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't something that I was like, oh, I'm going to look for this in future relationships if we didn't work out.
That seems fair. Yeah, I can understand that.
A lot of these things on the list.
I'm fine with eating out all the time. So
right.
Which is good that we don't, because we would be very broke.
Yeah.
But that's why cooking was never an issue for me, because I'm just such a fast food junkie.
Same, and I wish I could be too. But it was the same thing of just like wallet. Probably not.
A lot of these things on the list. There's one thing on the list here, number 2, that I think goes with looks. If we're going to assume that, yes, you have to be physically attractive to that person, that goes without saying, I think number 2 goes without saying too. Because there's no way you wouldn't want somebody like this. Like if I asked you, would you want somebody like this or the opposite? You would be like, who the hell would want the opposite?
A good person.
You're close. It's trustworthy. Number
trustworthy.
2 is who wouldn't want to be? Yet only 62% of the people said that, oh, yeah, that's on my list. You got to be trustworthy.
I like to date shady people. What are you talking about?
I know.
I want to question whether or not they're in it for the good reasons.
Yeah. Isn't that what, or is that you just have a given?
I'm with you. It should be just a given.
Yeah. I feel like it's a given. Number 3, I don't know. I would bet that women like this more than men. Number 3.
Like this more than
like it's a quality that women say, I like him because he does blank. I'm not saying everyone.
Puts the toilet seat down.
He puts the toilet seat down. That is it. Number 3.
Not very flatulent.
It's it's the things they look for in somebody, not what they want to omit from somebody.
Okay.
Let's say it's entertainment. It's sort of like the person's entertaining.
Sense of humor.
There you go. Well, makes you laugh. About half the people said that, and I feel like more women look for that than men. I don't know too many dudes that go, you know what I like about her? She makes me laugh. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
That's a big part of why I knew for a fact that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with Sid, was just because she always would make me laugh.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, she's got a great sense of humor.
I don't think I've really seen a whole lot of that.
Well, I keep her away from you for a reason.
Okay, good
reason. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying your wife isn't pleasant to be around, but I've just never seen her sense of humor.
Well, I mean, I think she's like, sometimes and like myself as well, like a little more reserved around people. But when it's just her and I, and then you kind of just have like you all the guard is fully down, and you can just completely be a goofball. Oh man, yeah, she cracks me up all the time. It's
what I like about my friends. I mean, my wife is, every once in a while she does make me laugh, but it wasn't one of the reasons why I got with her. Though I do know women that have good senses of humor who I like as friends because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Vicky credit. Vicky's got a good sense of humor. Yeah. Well, at least it's a dark one, and I do like a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
So, but I like that in my friends more so than you don't have to have that if you're going to be my significant other, because I have a sense of humor. So I feel like I'll pick up that slack for both of us. How about number 4? This is something that I'm not sure Steve's wife would say this was what she was looking for in a man.
A full head of hair?
A full head of hair. No, that's not it.
Okay.
Because she was actually looking for someone without a full head of hair. You were actually perfect for her.
Well, I don't know if she was necessarily looking for someone that was bald, but like she likes how I look, like me specifically. Bald. Like if she would not, she's like seen pictures of me with hair, and she's like, yeah.
So do you think she only likes you hairless because she just thinks you with hair is freaky, or do you think? Oh, I thought she just liked hairless everything.
No, I don't think it's that's like her. I don't think that's her type.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, her favorite, like her massive like celebrity crush isn't Vin Diesel. It's Justin Timberlake. who's got like,
he looks
he's got a lot of
different.
hair.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like he just put like macaroni and cheese on his head.
Yeah, that's a completely different look.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I don't know.
I mean, other than that, him and I are exactly the same. It's just, pretty close.
You're absolutely
great
right.
singers,
talent.
Really smooth dancers.
So I don't think Steve's wife would say this about Steve, like that she was looking for this kind of man. If not, I think it might have been a problem. She just had to accept that this number 4 quality. And it's, you guys are really being nice to Steve.
I'm confused.
I'm just confused by your clue.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's trying to be nice. I'm trying to find a way to be self-deprecating. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Intelligence.
Maybe that's why we didn't get it.
That's why you guys couldn't figure it out. So none of your significant others probably look for that in you.
All right.
There we go. Yep. There's the rim shot. Okay.
There you go. Well, think about it, though. I mean,
We can fix that in post, Joe.
It was a great setup because
just eliminate the hint.
If you don't even get it, though, that actually makes it even better. That's how I look at it. I thought there's no way that joke can't work, but apparently it didn't because it was over your heads. But anyway.
So you said your wife was in here for sense of humor, huh? I'm starting to not believe that.
Which, you know what? Listen, she's an intelligent person, so some of these jokes I get, she gets you guys. Number 5, you respect them. I don't. What? I mean,
who are these bitches that want us to respect them?
No, it's not that. It's like, isn't that a given? Like, who wants to be with somebody who disrespects you?
Well, it's funny because sometimes I'll get like that. Someone wants to crack jokes. They see a picture of me and my wife, like, how'd you get her? I'm like, make her laugh, treat her nice. It's really not that hard.
I do like the caveman answer, but you're right.
But I mean, it's like, okay, I get it. Taking a shot at my looks, and I know she's way more attractive to me. I definitely married up. But like, if you really want the key to it, it's like treat her nice and I make her laugh. It's not that hard.
Is your wife around when they say these things?
No.
Oh, see, then, you don't say that to somebody unless the wife is there, because that's a compliment to the wife without looking like you're being a jerk, like saying too many nice things about her.
She thinks that's kind of awkward, too, because it's just like you're kind of like taking it's like an insulting thing to say to somebody.
Yeah, it's very old school, Steve. Right. You're absolutely right. That's the way they did it in the 60s and 70s. They always go, oh, buddy, you're out of your league, blah, 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 or you're hitting above your average or something.
What I always love about that is when someone really just doesn't stop, and then you see a picture of them and their wife, I'm like, do you feel the same way about yours, or do you think that you are like completely like scraping the bottom of the barrel? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why are you so surprised by that? Like,
I feel like they're actually maybe putting the moves on. Like, maybe they want your wife. If they keep going, makes you wonder, like,
But if she's not there, what are they trying to put the moves on me to help introduce them to my wife?
That might be a strategy, like Steve.
You're right, man.
Yeah,
everything you say is so true. How about I introduce you to my wife and just take her off my hands?
What a great guy you are.
You're right. I'm really holding her back.
Yeah, I never understand somebody that doesn't end this like the conversation about that and just continues to talk like that. It's like, what are you getting at, buddy?
Right. Like, just get over it.
Yeah. Number 6, again. Who wouldn't want this as a thing? I mean, a lot of these things are just like, if you think of the polar opposite, nobody would want to be with this person. Honest. I want to be with somebody who is not trustworthy, who lies to me and doesn't respect me. That's my ideal human being.
I'm wondering if some people just don't want the brutally honest people in their life. Because I have a few friends, Sarah, who sometimes I don't want to say things to her because you can be honest with me, but she's...
No filter.
No filter. I'm going to be honest and make you feel bad about your life choices.
Well, you know what? Sarah does get that from her old man.
Yeah.
Look, and the trouble is that if you come to us, and a lot of people don't come to me. It's funny. They'll go to my wife and go, I need some life advice. And I go, that person's my friend too. It's interesting they don't come to me. And Kathy will go, yeah, they really wanted to be more gentle. And I go, well, then honey, don't even talk to them. They're not serious because they've been a mess their entire life.
It's a very gentle reaction to what they say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when people go to all people want is just to be loved and kind. And my wife is sort of like the universal mother. And they'll go to her and they'll go, I really want you to help me with my life. And I go, no, you don't. You just want her to pamper you and distract you. If you really want to get your life together, come to me. I will tell you what a mess you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want the truth, go to the direct person. Don't sit there and go to the flowery person. They're going to be like, oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings. You're a sweet one. You're fine. It's like, no, they're not fine. Don't tell them that. They are an effing mess.
Well, maybe that's what they want. They just want to feel better.
Well, then don't come to me.
Well, exactly.
They didn't.
Yeah, that's it.
And you're upset at them for not coming to you.
Well, because they go to my wife, and then my wife is drained, and I go, honey, you have to have better boundaries because these people are vampires. They're just sucking off your good energy. Jeez. Well, it is true. I mean, I've seen people that will just go, I want to dump my problems on you, but I don't want a solution, but you're really good at making me feel good.
That's most people.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's why I go. I got no time for you. You want to sit there and say some dumb things? You know what I mean? You want to know what's going on? And a lot of times, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm also looking at the survey. I feel like what they're saying is that, like, so you're saying like honest. Obviously, everyone wants somebody honest. But if they asked somebody, I don't know that honest would be my first question, just because, or my first answer. So that maybe that's why the percentage is so low on it. Of like only 40%.
I feel like it's a given. Like
it is.
Like you're not going to say like I want someone that will lie to me at any given moment.
But would that be your? I don't think that would be your first answer. So at that point, it's like when somebody does say, "Oh, honesty," it's like, "Oh, we have to record that answer."
I wish I knew, Danny, if they were allowed to give more answers.
Yeah,
because you make a point. Maybe if this was their fifth answer, they go, "I got to come up with something."
Right.
But I will say
like
this:
the way that they wear their pants. That's another one. It's important. Like you start coming up with random things. The way that they sit in a car. You know,
I've said this before, though. There is a level of shallow that doesn't seem like it's shallow because they're like the attributes you're looking for. Like for instance, if you're a man and you talk about like base physical attributes, going, well, I want a girl that looks like this and has this, and and people go, you're shallow. But if somebody answers with, I want somebody who's kind and makes me laugh and who's intelligent, I think that's just as shallow because from a scientific standpoint, you go, oh, an intelligent, funny person is somebody who's charming, that can make a good living and can take care of you. If you go further and look into it, of course you want somebody who's kind. Of course you want somebody who treats you well. But the laughing and the intelligence, what if you're not that intelligent? What if you're just, a decent person that's not super smart, but you know what? You're a good person. What's intelligence mean?
Stop looking at me, man. It's rude.
Intelligence to me is a shallow thing to ask of somebody because, everybody has an average intelligence. Then you got people that are really smart. So I don't know what that means.
Well, a lot of them also like honesty. I just assume like that will be stuff that you find out as the relationship goes on. You really can't. Like, what are you going to ask someone? Are you honest? What are they going to say? They're going to say yes. And if they're not honest, they're still going to say yes because they're lying.
Yeah.
And, it's such a weird thing to set up. Like, I'm thinking about being in a relationship with you, but I want to make sure that you're honest. Well, of course they're going to say that they are. They're not going to say, no, actually, I'm going to bang another chick or another dude when I walk away from you in about 20 minutes.
Everything on this list to me is selfish in some way, shape, or form, except number 8, which is similar lifestyle to you. That to me makes sense. Do you have my common interest? To me, that just makes a lot of sense for starting a relationship. But saying, do I need a good cook? Like, you got to be a good cook. It's like, are you looking for a maid too? Do you need somebody to make the beds? I mean, you know what I mean? They seem really shallow, but all right. And then similar hobbies as you, similar taste in TV shows. So 8, 9, and 10, I really agree with because I feel like that makes sense.
Well, they resonate with you, yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to you need to cook well, you need to make me laugh, I got to trust you, you better be honest and kind. I mean, those are all things like, holy cow. What about the poor person that doesn't have a great sense of humor or maybe isn't a conversationalist? Is like, that doesn't mean they're not good people.
Yeah, I'll be like, how do you feel about oiled up men grappling with each other to win a belt even though they're not wearing pants? Are you okay with that?
This is oddly specific. I'm not sure who you're referring to, but I bet he's a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And when she said yes, I was like, sweet. Ring time. Ring time.
Let's be honest. You didn't even say that.
No, I just said here.
Grunted in here.
I mean, she had to learn that, which is really funny because obviously you are like in this business, you're one of the funniest guys I know. And yet in real life, when you were like with her, I'm like, I don't know. It's just like that door shuts and it's like that part of Steve is not accessible.
I don't know. Dude, it's every time we watch television show where somebody does something fancy as a proposal, she will be like, still not as good as yours, huh? And I'm like, you know it.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like, I will never live that down. Even if I eventually get her like another ring, like, how some people do that after like a big milestone of an anniversary, maybe after like the 20th anniversary, and maybe like I'll re-propose to her. I almost feel like if I did do the whole re-propose thing, I have to do it the exact same way.
Are you going to do a do-over? I feel like that's the kind of guy you are. You're just going to leave it the way it is.
Why? I mean, I can't. I'm short of getting a DeLorean. I can't afford one of those, but I'm sort of going back in time and doing it. That will always be the proposal. So no matter even if we renew things, like
even if you renew things, you're going to just push it to her and go here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I feel like I have to.
Yeah. You know what? Look, I'm not questioning that. I think there is something romantic about that. Doubling down on
my caveman.
On the grunt. All right.
Here.
Yeah, here you go. Yes.
Not even that. It's too many words, BJ. You just said a sentence.
Yeah, I did say here you
Mine
go.
was
I'm
just
sorry.
a word.
I should have been in the corner just yelling things at you like Cyrano.
Here.
I'm like, hold on a second. Steve go, hold on. I got to go talk to this bush for a second. What am I supposed to say? Here you go. It's a little bit nicer. And you're like, I don't know if I can do here you go. It's a lot of words.
A lot of words, and I'm very nervous.
Very nervous. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
The 1922 silent film Nosferatu featured which mythic movie monster?
Dracula.
No.
Vampire.
Yes.
Good job, Steve. I think I would have been arguing over Dracula. Was he called Dracula?
He was not. He had a different name.
All right.
It was like Ordok or something weird.
Ooh, Ordok. Oh, all right. Well, Steve got it right. I would have got it wrong. I would have yelled at Revs, and I would have lost the game. But you can be better than this. You can play Beat Migs and not be a crazy person like me. 206-421-ROCK. You want to play? You give us a call. Beat Migs at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.